Hi, I'm Liz with Toth Properties powered by EXP Realty. I'm a residential real estate agent in Raleigh, North Carolina, and today is video 5 in my buyer video series. I'm doing a buyer video series. It's educational, it's geared towards first-time home buyers, or if you haven't purchased a home in a long time, it might be a good refresher. I've covered the importance of owning a home. I went through the entire buying process. I talked about financing options. My last video was about wants versus needs, and today's video is about attending open houses on your own. If you missed any videos in this series, feel free to check out my YouTube channel, Welcome to Raleigh, and get caught up on the series. And then to stay tuned, you can subscribe, hit the little bell, and get notified anytime a new video is uploaded. So today's video 5 is about attending open houses. So you've hired me as your agent, you've gotten pre-approved for a mortgage, and you're ready to start looking at homes. You happen to be out and about on the weekend and you see there's an open house and you want to stop by. I'm just going to cover what is important or some of the important items you may want to look for when you're going to an open house on your own. And these are things that I usually point out to buyers when we're on a showing. But first and foremost, when you go into the open house, always sign in and let them know you are working with me. And the reason for this is sometimes if there's a lot of activity or an open house is like really busy or they're going to get multiple offers, that agent will call me and say, hey, your buyers came through the open house. They seemed really busy or really interested. It was a busy open house. We have multiple offers and now we have a deadline. So I can get a heads up as to what's going on with that property if there's anything to be aware of. So sign in, let them know you're working with me, and if they need to get a hold of me, they will. Next, there are several things I look for when I do a showing with buyers. A lot of times buyers are going through the house. They're looking to see, do they like the layout? Does the floor plan work for them? Are the room sizes, large enough for their needs? There's other things that I look for when I'm doing a showing with buyers. And so I'm going to give you just some of the major ones that I look for. And so these are things that you can look for when you're attending an open house on your own. And one of those things is checking the age of the major components or asking whatever agent is on duty there, hey, what is the age of the roof, the HVAC, the water heater? You want to know these things in advance because if something is one of these major components is towards the end of its life and you may have to replace it shortly after closing on the home, you want to know that before you purchase the home, right? 2, check the siding. Is it masonite? Masonite was popular siding. It was used in the 80s and 90s. Unfortunately, it's not the best siding. I'm going to do a whole video on masonite because I have it on my house. But over time, it starts to deteriorate. So it absorbs water. It can start to fall apart. It bubbles up. It's something that is going to need maintenance all the time or need to be replaced. You want to know that before you purchase a home if it has masonite siding. 3, walk around the foundation. Do you see any cracks? You want to try to catch that as well. Now, concrete does crack, but what you don't want to see is like a huge gap or like maybe the concrete is pushed forward. That's something that's concerning. And that would be something we'd want to ask that question of the seller before you make an offer on the home. What's going on with the foundation? Did you have any repairs? Did you have a structural engineer look at it? Next, peek in the crawl space while you're outside. So I always do that. I look to see, is there a vapor barrier and does it smell bad? So if it does smell really bad, there could be something not so great going on down there. So again, we would be able to ask the question before you write the offer. Check the ceilings as you walk through. Are there any water stains? Now, there may be water stains and they may be dry, but then we can at least ask the question, what happened here? Was there a repair? Next, look to see what's surrounding the home. So a lot of times when I go into a home on a showing, I will pull up a map on my phone and I'll set it to the satellite view. So this allows me to see, are there railroad tracks nearby? Is there a shopping area right behind the house that we just can't see through all the trees? You want to know what is surrounding the home before you make an offer. So if a railroad track is close to the home and you're sensitive to noise, you want to know that before you make an offer on the home or you go under contract on the home. Finally, and again, this is a condensed list. I do look at a lot more things when I'm doing a showing with a buyer, but the last one I'm going to mention today is if there's a pull down attic or any kind of attic space, be sure to check it out. I hate pull down attics because you pull down and unfold the ladder and you go up there, but it's worth checking it out to see if anything's going on up there. You can also see if there's any storage space as well. So these are a few things that I look at when I'm out on showings with buyers I work with. So I mentioned when buyers go through the house, they're looking at room sizes, they're looking at layout, they're looking to see if the home would work for them. And I'm looking for defects, basically. So if you have this list, take it to an open house with you. You can check out some of these things on your own, and you might be able to just eliminate a home altogether at an open house if you run through some of these things on this list. So if you have questions about attending open houses, don't hesitate to reach out. If you're thinking about purchasing a home in the Raleigh area, feel free to reach out. If you want to check out more videos, city tours, community tours, more buyer tips and seller tips, or information on the real estate market, check out my YouTube channel, Welcome to Raleigh. And my next video is actually the final video in this series, and I'm actually going to shift directions with my last video. It's going to be all about first-time home sellers. So that was inspired by clients I worked with recently. They were first-time home sellers. They had a lot of questions, so I thought an educational video might be helpful. So stay tuned and be sure to check it out. I hope you have a great day.